Good morning, guys. Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live. I'm so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see y'all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate y'all coming in to hang out with me on this Wednesday morning. Great morning to you, Deb. Nice to see you, girl. Sherry, great morning to you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Good morning to you, Kat. Nice to see you this morning. Just me. Good morning to you on Periscope. Adam and Alexis, I see you. Good morning, Tracy. I see you on YouTube. Brian, I see you on YouTube as well. Great morning to all of you guys. Appreciate you coming in with me this morning. We're going to talk about attraction, and we're going to continue the conversation that we started yesterday on the topic of I'm possible. So yesterday, I hooked you guys up with 10 of my very best tips that I could give you for your startup business. 10 things that many people don't know and what most people don't do. Hopefully that was good for you broadcast. I think that was a very good broadcast yesterday. Got a lot of good feedback from that. Hopefully you guys were able to use that. If you missed that broadcast yesterday and you are looking for some ideas and tips on how you can grow, scale, and be much more effective in your business, yesterday's broadcast was for you. I'd love to have you check that out. So we're going to continue the conversation today on I'm Possible. And I'm going to talk with you about how to stand out in this saturated market, because we're in a marketplace. We've talked about this a lot over the past couple weeks. Our market is so busy and so saturated and so noisy, and every one of us have a lot of noise in our specific realms and niches that are constantly competing for our attention. They're constantly competing for the attention of our target audience as well. So I'm going to talk to you this morning about 6 different factors that will help you stand out in your saturated market to attract the clientele that you're looking to attract. We got to do things differently. We got to find some ways to differentiate ourselves. We're going to talk about that this morning. I'm going to give you some very simple, but some very powerful ideas on how you can differentiate yourself and position yourself to stand out amongst all your peers and amongst all your competitors in your market. That is our topic of conversation for today. All you guys that know me, you know who I am, you know how I roll. I'd love to have you hit that share button, get it out to your people, and let's get the right people in this broadcast this morning. And then if anybody's brand new, if you've never seen me before, if you have no idea who I am, first of all, welcome. I would love to greet you into the broadcast and say hello. If you want to give me a hashtag first time, this is whether you're live, whether you're on the replay, I would love to know that you were here, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. So let me know if it's the first time you've ever seen me. And then lastly, guys, I love and very much appreciate every one of you guys that's checking this out on the replay. Those guys that are on the replay, I would love for you to know that you can comment and interact with this broadcast. I'd love for you to give me a hashtag replay. I do see those comments and I do respond to those as well, so I would love to know that you were here. All right, on that note, guys, we are going to roll, because you know I do not waste my time and I choose not to waste yours, so let's jam. All right, y'all, that is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your passion, your gifting, your idea into a profitable and sustainable brand that rises up in this challenging digital marketplace to draw in the 21st century consumers that want and need what you have to offer. Guys, I broadcast live every single weekday morning from Tuesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hooking you guys up with business building tips, hacks, and principles. Anything I can give it up to grow your business, expand your ministry, bring your vision to life, and grow that brand of yours online in this digital marketplace. All right? Good morning to you, Glenda. Excuse me. Thanks so much for coming in, girl. Kelly, great morning to you. Appreciate you being here as well. We're talking today about attraction. We're talking about 6 different factors on how to stand out in a saturated market and how to attract those people that you're looking to attract this morning. As always, I will summarize my points for you at the end of the broadcast, but I do challenge you to take your own notes and capture the information that applies to you. All right. Good morning, Adam. I see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Number 1. 6 tips this morning. Actually, I'm going to start out with my quote of the day. My quote of the day is my own quote, Justin Kaplan Pro quote. My quote of the day says this: the service provider that best demonstrates that they understand their prospects' problems and can provide valuable solutions is usually the one that gets the business. I'm going to say that again. The service provider, that's you. You're a service provider. The service provider that best demonstrates, not says, not shows, but demonstrates. It's an action. You demonstrate that you understand your prospect's problem and can provide valuable solutions is usually the one that gets the business. So I want you to think about that concept and think about how well are you demonstrating to your prospects that you understand their problem, and how clearly are you expressing that you have valuable solutions to the problems they're facing. If you can cross those two bridges and cross them well, you're set up to attract clients. All right, good morning, Maggie. Thanks for coming in, girl. Good morning, Thomas. It's nice to see you, buddy. Appreciate you, all right? So with that in mind, let's get into our points. So number one, first thing I'm going to tell you is, you got to find your sweet spot and you got to leverage it. Now, I use the term sweet spot a lot. We talked about it, I think it was last week, talking about time management. You got to understand your sweet spot in the day and how to leverage that time. But this is different. When I talk about finding your sweet spot, you've got to figure out what your sweet spot is in business. You got to figure out what your sweet spot is in your industry, in your market. What are you really good at? That's important to understand. And I think a lot of us could probably say that we're good at a lot of different things. But there's probably there's one thing that I would define as your superpower. Do you know what that is? Do you know what your superpower is? And if you know what it is, I would love for you to put it in the chat stream. My superpower, I got a lot of superpowers, but one of my significant superpowers is I am very creative. I am creative, and my creativity lends to problem solving. My creativity lends itself to marketing. It lends to branding. This is why I do what I do, because I can see a complex problem and I can create solutions to get out of it or get past it or get through it. I'm just very, very, very creative. So what I do is I leverage my creativity whenever and as often as possible, because I am very, very creative. That's probably king for me in my business. Sherry's spiritual gift is spiritual teaching, coaching. I love that. Maggie is a household management specialist, man. That woman can see a house and talk to you about how to sort your way through your problems in that house better than anybody that I know. So I want you to think about that for yourself. Ask yourself, what is your sweet spot? What is it that you are really, really, really good at? You've got to figure that out. You got to figure out what that natural gift, what that natural ability that God gave you, you got to figure out what that is. And then you got to leverage the heck out of that, man. And this is what we're talking about, how to stand out. We're talking about how to rise above the noise. We're talking about how to become recognizable and be seen amongst all the peers and all the competitors that you have in your lane. So this thing is crucial, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to position ourselves in a way so that the people who need what we have can be looking at all the options and all the people and all the solutions out there, but there's something about you that stands out. That's what we're talking about, how to stand up. And these are the factors that help you stand out. The first one is identifying your sweet spot and leveraging it. So for me, knowing that I am creative, I have to demonstrate my creativity. I have to demonstrate my creativity through my content and sharing different solutions, different ideas, different ways to think about problems that you're facing. So you realize, man, Justin is really good at figuring that stuff out. Then I want to show my creative solutions through the websites that I create, through the logos that I design, through the branding that I do, through the strategies that I develop. Because you guys know, those guys that are my clients, good morning, Camille and Lindy, good morning to you. Those guys that are my clients, you leverage my brain a lot. Right? I had a client reached out to me at 9:30 last night, sent me a text message, said, Justin, I'm so sorry it's so late, but I'm really trying to figure this thing out. I have to establish a name for this thing by the time I go to a meeting tomorrow morning, and I'm stuck on this. Can you help me with it? And I said, tell me what you're thinking. She gave me what her thoughts are. I said, what about this? And I gave it to her, and she's like, that's the one. That's exactly what I need. She said, thank you so much for being my brain this month, because I feel like I'm constantly tapping into your brain. That's what I do. I'm very creative. I leverage that, and that just makes me effective with my clients. So find your sweet spot, and this is really two pieces on this one point, is you got to figure out what your sweet spot is, what you are really, really, really good at, and then you got to figure out how you can leverage that thing to the max, because that's your gift. That's a gift God gave it you. He equipped you with gifts, talents, and abilities to do exactly what he's called you to do. So you have a gift, and you have to learn how to leverage that gift and interject that gift into any and every possible situation in your business so people can see that. All right. Thank you so much for that, Camille. I appreciate you. All right. That's number one. Number two, again, we're talking about how to, 6 different factors that you can leverage. These are simple, but they're powerful. These are different ways that you can position yourself to stand out in a noisy marketplace amongst other peers and competitors that are doing what you're doing, all right? Getting people to recognize you and see that you're the one. Number 1 is find your sweet spot and leverage it. Number 2 is develop a recognizable standard. This really goes for any business, no matter what niche or lane you're in, whether you're an online business, an offline business. Developing a recognizable standard is about establishing upfront how you want people to see you, what things you want to be consistent at, and establishing a standard for your business that becomes recognizable. I don't know how else to explain that, but you guys know what I mean with that? I think, would you agree that I have a recognizable standard in my business? Meaning, when you see one of you know what to expect of my broadcast in the morning. I mean, if I went live in the morning and I was sitting comfortable, just sitting on my couch, just holding my phone, and be like, "Hey guys, excited to share some content with you this morning," you'd be like, "Huh? Wonder why Justin is there doing that way," or sitting in a car. What if I went live this morning? I was just sitting in my car. I was like, "Hey guys, gonna share my content with you this morning. Super excited to be sharing this with you, and we're just gonna go through 6 different things. So let me just go into this real quick." And I was just kind of happenstance about it, and it didn't seem really well thought out or planned out, and I wasn't real thorough. You'd be a little surprised, wouldn't you? Because I've developed a recognizable standard for my business that you know what to expect when you experience me. You see logos, and you're like, "That's Justin Kappan. He designed that thing." You see a new website come out, and you're like, "That's Justin all over it," right? You see my posts. You see anything that I do. I have a standard about the way that I operate. I have a standard about how I produce and deliver my business to the marketplace, right? I have a standard. I mean, if I don't show up at 8 o'clock, I start getting text messages. If it's 8:02 or 8:03 and I haven't gone live yet, people are like, "Justin, you good? Like, what's up? I'm waiting for you to go live." It's because I've developed a standard that I will be on time every single day, right? So that's a differentiator. That's a commitment, right? Because that communicates a lot, doesn't it? I mean, when I do these things the way that I do them, I'm not just telling you about me. I'm also telling you what it would be like for you to work with me, and it tells me a lot about what you'll get on your end because I'm committed to you. I mean, I have a spirit of excellence about my business, and I'm committed to that. It's a decision that I make, right? So when I give you the second point, I don't know how else to unpack that for you, but I think this is such an important piece to being different and to creating a differentiator in your business. You have got to establish for yourself, what are the standards of my business? What standards do I want to set that are so strong and so firm that they become recognizable? That's what I say. Develop a recognizable standard, a standard that people begin to see it and notice it. They notice that you're different. They notice that there's something beyond the normal. They notice that there's a commitment there that most people don't have, right? That's important. So developing a recognizable standard is number 2. Alexis, great morning to you. I see you in here, girl. Good morning to you. John, good morning, sir, as well. Number 3 is demonstrate sincerity. We're talking about 6 factors to stand out. Demonstrate sincerity. You know what that means? I think there's power in that demonstrate word. I'm going to look up. I'm just curious. I'm curious to know what the definition of demonstrate is, because I've used that word twice now, and I want to look it up, and so I'm going to, because I can. Demonstrate definition. Here's your definition of demonstrate: to give a practical exhibition and explanation of how a particular process is performed. Here's another one. Clearly show the existence or truth of something by giving proof or existence. So it's either giving a practical exhibition or explanation of how a particular process is performed, or to clearly show the existence or truth of something by giving proof or evidence. Demonstrate. So, when I say, Sherry says, oh, I'm different, all right. You have a recognizable standard, Sherry. Absolutely, you do. So, this number 3, demonstrate sincerity. I think it's really important for you to show your people that you care. Sincerely. Does that make sense? You guys agree with that? Because I think there's a lot of people, there's a lot of business owners and a lot of marketers that have a lot of great flashy programs and products. But people connect to people. People don't connect to product. So I think when you're selling something, you also have to show people that you genuinely care about their success. You also got to show people that you care about your business and that you're passionate about it. Do you guys agree? Y'all awake out there? Are you passionate about your business? Like, do you love what you do? And can people feel that? I think you can feel that from me. I love what I do. I do. So I love teaching. I can't tell you the number of people that tell me, month after month, week after week after week, we have all these broadcasts that I do, and they're like, Justin, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you continue doing new content day after day after day, but I'm doing this for 4 years. I'm like, it's because I love it. It's because I love teaching. I love teaching. I love helping people. You know what my favorite thing in my business is? Testimonials. I love it. That's fuel to my fire. It's fuel to my creative genes. That's what drives me. Yesterday, if you watched my broadcast yesterday, you may have heard me. I see Sherry. I see your comment. It's such a great comment. Sherry says that's why I coach through my program instead of telling people to just do the program. Absolutely. That's so right. That's absolutely. I'm the same way. I lock arms with you and I walk you through my process. I don't just be like, well, here you go. Good luck. Or I work with you. I love testimonials. So yesterday, when I did my broadcast yesterday, at the end of the broadcast, I decided to do something fun. I said I was going to give away a free strategy call each day this week for every broadcast. First come, first serve. A strategy call is usually $200. And I said I'm going to give away a free strategy call to the first person that reaches out to me. No one reached out to me after my live broadcast. 2 hours later, I had a guy reach out to me that was watching it on the replay. His name is Jason. He's a landscaper. Jason sent me a message, said, Justin, I just saw your replay on Periscope. And he's like, I hope I'm not too late, but I could really use your help. Is there any chance that strategy call is still available today? I said, absolutely. I'm actually free right now. Can I call you? He's like, yes, please. Oh my gosh. And he gave me his phone number. So I called him, and he was driving at the time because he's a landscaper. He's on the road. He's a tradesman. And so I called him, and I said, are you on the road? He said, yeah. I said, I need you to pull over. I said, because this is a strategy call. This is not a chat. This is a strategy call. I want to talk strategy with you. I need your brain. I need your full attention. You can't be driving. I'm like, do you have a pen and paper in your car that you can take some notes? He's like, I think so. Give me a second. He had to dig into his truck. He had to find a pen and paper. I said, pull over somewhere safe. I said, I need 45 minutes. Can you give me 45 minutes? He's like, I can give you 45 minutes. We'll take a lunch and I'll do 45 minutes. Okay. I work with Jason for 45 minutes. And Jason has been a landscaper, if I recall, almost 5 years. And he feels like he's at a plateau. And he was wanting to scale his clientele and reach into some higher level clientele, some bigger projects, and that he could bring some more money in. And so as he was outlining his services, I realized that the reason he's not scaling is because he doesn't have offers that would appeal to that higher level demographic. And I'm like, we need to package a bundle. We need to put together a spring service bundle for you. Well, I said, what do homeowners want and need right now in the spring season as we're transitioning into spring, yard cleanup, all the stuff? I'm like, we need to put together a bundle. So we spent literally 20 minutes. We outlined a new service bundle for him. Then we talked about his list, who he could contact. 45 minutes. We came up with this incredible plan in this bundle. And I said, how does this feel to you? He's like, this is so good. This is exactly what I need. I said, I want you to get a hold of your list today. I want you to get a hold of 20 people. 20 people. I want you to get a hold of 10 people that are current clients and see if you can upgrade them to this bundle. And I want you to get a hold of 10 people that are not current clients to see if you can secure one. Can you call 20 people today? He's like, I'll call 20 people today. I said, I want to hear from you at the end of the day. He sent me a text message last night. He upgraded 2 people, current clients, to his new program, and he secured 1 new client on the same program that we created on that phone call and generated $860 in revenue last night from a 45-minute conversation with me. That's why I do what I do. I'm like, yes, that fuels me. And he's like, Justin, I'm just getting started. He's like, I've got a whole list of people that I'm going to be calling tomorrow. Lord knows how much he's going to be able to generate from that one call just throughout this week. And I'm like, that's why I do what I do. That fuels me. Are you guys fueled by that in your own lives when you are able to help someone, inspire someone, give someone some key information, and then they're able to go and you see transformation? Like, that's what fuels me. So when I say this, number 3, demonstrate sincerity. You have to demonstrate to your audience that you sincerely care. And that's it's not something that you can just be like, guys, listen, I appreciate you, I love you, and I want to serve you and support you, and then you just go about your merry way. That demonstrating is a daily act. That's a time after time after time after time again. Right? That's something that you need to be constantly showing people you are who you are, right? It's attractive, right? It's an attraction mechanism. So demonstrating sincerity is number 3. And that strategy call piece is for real, y'all. Listen, let me just throw the 1 per day out the window. I'm so passionate about helping people right now because there's so many people that are stuck. That's why it's the reason why I'm doing this I'm Possible series, because I'm seeing post after post, business after business, business owner after business owner that are struggling to get eyes on their business. They're struggling to get their business off the ground. They're struggling to survive. And there's so much that they're doing wrong, and I see it. I'm like, I want to help you. All I need you to do is let me help you. All I need you to do is let me help you. If you need a strategy call with me, I want you to reach out to me. All right? I'm not going to chase you. You know how to get hold of me. My email's right down here. My website's right down here. JustinCapronPro.com, JustinCapronPro@gmail.com. You can message me on Facebook. You can message me on my Facebook business page. You can call my mom. Don't call my mom. All right, you can just get a hold of me. If you need my help, I will absolutely help you. Simone, good morning to you, girl. Thanks for coming in from Italy. Appreciate you, okay? Let's keep going. Number 4. I got 3 left for you. Number 4, we're talking about how to stand out. 6 factors to help you stand out in a saturated and busy market, all right? Number 4 is to simplify complexities. Simplify complexities. What does that mean? Marketers have a tendency to overcomplicate stuff. Y'all agree with that? Busy, busy, busy. Pages, funnels, go here, do this, download this, do that, fill this out. Simplify stuff, y'all. We are in a marketplace that demands simplification. We are dealing with consumers that demand simplification. Ease and accessibility. I'm going to be saying those words a lot this year. I've said them a lot this week already. Ease and accessibility. Ease and accessibility. It's got to be easy and it's got to be accessible. Some of y'all know this is why I'm going down the road of creating apps. I'm doing custom app development now because I think apps are the way of the world. People are all about give it to me easy, I want to get to it right here, right now. I don't want to have to get on my laptop. I don't want to have to go to this or there. I want to get it all right here, right now. And so I'm working on creating apps for my clients because It's ease and accessibility. That's the way of our world. That's our clients. That's what they want. So when I talk to you about simplifying complexities, I want you to think about your own individual niche and your own individual specialty. All right? And I want you to think about what types of things does your market have that are complicated? Alexis, have a good day, girl. I'll see you later. Or is it maybe Simone that's leaving? Either one of you have a beautiful day. Okay. What's complicated? For example, things in my industry, people overcomplicate the target audience conversation. So I simplify it. People overcomplicate social media strategy. I simplify it. Do this, this, and this. Do this way, and you'll have it. People overcomplicate the process of starting a business. There's a rhythm to it. There's a methodical approach to it. Just take these steps, do this, and you'll attract clients and you'll get money. People overcomplicate the sales process, trying to close people. It's not complicated. You just gotta have a good conversation. You gotta know how to handle that conversation, right? So there's certain things that I know my prospects are going to wrestle with. It's just stuff that my market tends to complicate. So I simplify those things. I try to make it as easy as possible to engage with me, get my information, and choose to hire me if you want to, right? So how can you simplify things? Because again, we're talking about how to differentiate yourself from your peers and from your competitors, from all the options that your consumer has, because your consumer has options. You get that? Your consumer has options for where they can spend their money. You're not the only person that does what you do. There are other people out there that people are looking at, trying to figure out if you're the one, or if they're the one, or if they're the one, or if they're the one. Who do I want to pick here? So, each of these different interactions, if someone's trying to decide on which one of those, one of the biggest things that can turn them off real quick is a challenging process or a confusing message. A challenging process or a confusing message will shut that person down. Y'all agree with that? I mean, you are the audience. We're the audience. If I'm looking for help from someone, if their message is confusing or if their process is complicated, I'm out. You agree? It's got to be easy. Ease and accessibility. Ease and accessibility. All right? So, what can you do in your own lane, in your own process, in your own brand, in your own service? What can you do to simplify the things that most people tend to complicate? That's number 4. Number 5. I got 2 left for you. Number 5 is make moves and make waves. Make moves and make waves. What does that mean? That means, try stuff. Do things. Make moves. Do something shocking. I mean, when's the last time you did something shocking? Something new. I was having a conversation. I was having a conversation with one of my clients on Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday. And she was expressing some of her frustrations to me, what she's wanting to do, and she had just gone through a recent launch of her program. And she's like, I feel like every single time I launch this program, she's like, it started out hot. My first launch was awesome. She's like, but I feel like every single time I relaunch this program, I get less and less interest rather than more and more interest. I'm like, how many times have you launched this program in the last 3 years? She said 6 times. I said, and how many times have you revamped it, refreshed it, and made it feel new every time you've launched it? Twice. And it has not been upgraded. It has not been upgraded. It has not been refreshed in a year and a half. I'm like, it's forgettable. That's forgettable. You've got to be constantly coming up with new ways to engage and inspire your audience. Like, this is just an idea. All right, it's just an idea for you guys. For those guys that have been in business for a while, if you have a signature program, that is your baby, that is your signature, that is what you hang your hat on, that's awesome. That's the foundation of your business. I love it. You should create something new. Someone just screamed. Someone just fell out their chair. Create something new? Yeah. Create something new. It doesn't have to be as big as your signature thing. Just create something that gives your audience something new to see. Something they've never seen before. Think about your market. Think about the current status of the world that we're in right now. What do people want? What do they need from you? What would be a great way to tie off of something that you've already created? The audience that you've already developed. What if they've already invested in your signature program? What if they already been through it? What can you create that people have never seen before? What can you do to make waves? Make moves? I dropped something to make some waves. When was that? Last week? Was it this week? I can't remember. Maybe it was this week. I can't remember. I think it was, maybe it was, I don't know. I don't remember. But I dropped it out there that I am a custom app developer now. Brand new. I've started out with 3 clients. And I'm currently in the process of building my own. And I'm creating custom apps. That's new. It's something that I've never done before, but I think it's necessary. So I've got 3 of my clients that are allowing me to build an app for their business at a significantly reduced rate so I can work with their business and really master these app creation process so that I can make this a custom fully functioning service later in the year. But you got to make moves. You got to do things that are different. You can't hang your hat on the same old thing all the time, because if you do, you start to become forgettable. You got to find a way to stir people up, because people get used to seeing the same old thing. All right, so just a challenge for you. What are you doing to be disruptive in your industry? What are you doing to shock people? What are you doing to create things that are like, wow, I didn't see that coming? All right, make moves and make waves. The last one, number 6, is a powerful one. The last one, number 6, is get their journey started. How do you get their journey started? Their journey, which is your customer, your consumer. One of the best, most powerful ways that you can get that audience of people that is looking at all their different options. One of the best ways that you can get them to pick you and take a step towards you is it, again, ease and accessibility is crucial. But if you give them a starting point, you show them something, this is where you start. And that doesn't have to necessarily be paid either. That can be, here's a free download. Here's a free training. Here's a masterclass you can join in on. Here's a free phone call. Like I did with Jason yesterday. You know, Jason was looking for a starting point. Jason, I didn't even know Jason before yesterday. Jason's, I don't know how long he's been watching me on Periscope, and he just happened to reach out to me, and so I one phone call. That was a starting point. All he needed was a starting point with me. You know, we spent so much time talking about his program and talking about his service. I don't even know if he's ever been on my website. I don't know up until yesterday if he's ever even considered hiring me before. What he needed was a starting point. He needed one place that he could start with, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give away a free strategy call all this week. Anybody who wants a free strategy call, you reach out to me. And he's like, I can take that step. That's the first step that I can take. You know what I'm imagining about Jason? I'm going to learn more about him because he is going to hire me for more coaching as soon as he gets his funds around. But what I probably know about Jason being a tradesman is he's a learner. He's a learner. He's absorbing. So when he's on the road going back and forth to all these jobs all day long, all week long, he's watching content. He's engaging and watching content, trying to find stuff that will help him. So he's not just watching me. He's watching all kinds of people. He's trying to look for someone that can help him take a step forward. And then he happened upon one broadcast of mine where I said, I want to do a call with you. And he's like, you know what? Why not? I'm going to take a shot. And he messaged Justin to see if that opening is still available. And lo and behold, there it was. He messaged me. Absolutely. Can I call you right now? Yep. Let's talk. Get their journey started. Whatever a journey you're trying to get them to go down, whatever you're trying to get them to do with you, What can you do to make crystal clear that first step so that they can take that first step with you and get them moving down towards your process? All right, that's what I got for you today, guy. Here's your summary points. 6 different, I know it says 7 at the top. I dropped one out because I wanted to shorten my broadcast, so it was going to be 7. I ended up with 6. These are 6 of my best factors to help you stand out and attract the clients that you're looking to attract. Once again, I remind you of my quote for the day is a service provider. That's you. The service provider that best demonstrates that they understand their prospects' problems and can provide valuable solutions is usually the one who gets the business. You have to demonstrate that. You have to be that person, all right? That's what I got for today, guys. I appreciate you. I know 36 minutes of your time is so incredibly valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning. Guys, have an intentional and spectacular day. Again, reminder, I'm doing free strategy calls all week this week for anybody who wants to take advantage of that call. I will help you. I guarantee it. Quick disclaimer, this is not for current clients, and it's not for any of you who have already had a free strategy call with me in the past. This is for if you've never had that call with me before, it's my pleasure to serve you. I would love to talk to you, and I'd love to be a resource and a support to you in helping you build your brand and your business, all right? Guys, have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent, and I will see you all around the web, all right? Take care. God bless. I'll see y'all later.